What's up, guys? Welcome back to another day trading video, and today we're going to go into a very important thing and almost how to start. So in next week's video, this is going to be on Friday. Next video I'm going to teach about how to actually start day trading. All right, I taught you everything about day trading. How to actually start it is different, and I'm going to teach you that. But before we get into it, I'm going to teach you something before you start day trading, something to consider about day trading. Now, to the people who actually want to day trade, it's very cool, very awesome thing to do, very easy money. The hardest way with trading, it's the fastest and easiest way to make. It's the hardest way to make easy, fast money. The hardest way to make easy and fast money, but it's really hard. All right. So there's two ways to consider how to start day trading. All right. There's these things called funded accounts, right? Where basically you'll be given a large amount of money for a little amount, for just a little fee, for just paid a little amount for just a large amount back. All right, that may sound like a scam, but it isn't, and I'll get into that very quickly. Or you can just trade in your personal account, where you open a bank account, connect to a brokerage. You can trade on Webull, Fast Trade, E Trade, I think, Robinhood, and just start trading right there. All right, it's your personal account, your money. Now I'm gonna get over the differences between that. Already it already sounds different. With one, you don't have to pay anything. With another, you do. So let's go on to funded first. With funded, you're given a large amount of money for just a little bit. All right. So the average is around $100. This is for futures, by the way. For stocks and for options is different. It ranges differently. But for futures, it ranges around $100 for just a $50,000 account. So you can be trading. You can be trading with $50,000. All right. And this is very important because with trading, in order to gain a lot of money, gain a large amount of money, you have to be able to start and trade with a large amount of money. All right, I can't just trade at $5 and turn it into $1,000. It's not how it works. All right, maybe with leverage, but then you're risking to lose $1,000 too, and you only have five. All right, so it's very dangerous. All right, but with trading, you need a large amount of money. You need a large amount of capital to actually start gaining a large amount of money back. And that's where funders come. That's where funders come in. All right, give a large amount of money for a little bit. The average is around $100 for a $50,000 account. So imagine a guy giving 100. You're giving a guy $100, and they just throw you $50,000 right there. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, right? But that guy tells you, hold on just a minute. With this $50,000, you're not entirely keeping the $50,000. You're only using the $50,000. You cannot buy anything with it, not buy expensive clothing or stuff like that. You cannot. There's certain rules you have with that 50,000, and we're gonna go over that real quick. With the 50,000, you can't just take out the 50,000 and be like, "Hey, I'm a million. I'm not a millionaire, but hey, I got thousands of dollars." No, no, no. That's not how it works. You can't just take out the $50,000 and be like, "Hey, I just paid $100 for the and I just paid $100 and I got $50,000 back. I just scammed that guy." It's not how it works. All right, you cannot do that. They let you use the 50,000 for this to be able to trade with it only. You can only trade with it. You cannot connect it to your bank account and be like, "Hey, I got 50,000." No, there's rules with it. And what are the rules? We're gonna go over the My Funded Futures rules. So for $77, you can get a $50,000 account. All right. With some it may cost 80 or 90, but with My Funded Future, I'm pretty sure it's like 70 to 80, but I'm pretty sure it's 77. So there are rules, and these rules are almost the same as other funded prop firms. That's what they're called, prop firms. So they're almost the same. The rules are this for My Fund the Future. Anyways, we have a max drawdown, so we have a max loss. So if for 50K, if we lose more than $2,000 in that account, the $50,000 taken away from us. All right. Oh, and before that, actually, we have to actually have to be in a test. We're actually given a test first. So first, we trade with paper money to see if you're actually profitable and see if you know what you're doing first. So I'm gonna give you fake money, see if you know what you're doing, and if you can pass with the fake money, then I'll give you the real money. So with the fake money, you're gonna have to, and this goes into real money as well. When you actually get funded live amount of money, you have a $2,000 loss. All right, so if you lose more than $2,000, you automatically get taken away. You're like, hey, we reject you. We're not giving you. I know you paid us, but you failed the test, so we're not giving you the life funded. And if you pass the life funded and you lose 2,000 on the life funded, they're gonna be like, hey, you lost too much money. That's too much money. We're losing, man. We're gonna have to take our money back. All right, so you can't trade with the 50,000 anymore. Number two, we have a daily loss limit. All right, so if you lose, I'm pretty sure it's 2,000 as well within a day, which is really bad. Don't try not to do that. You get taken away the account as well. If you break one of these rules, you will be taken. The account will be taken away. All right. Next rule is the consistency rule. Now this rule is very annoying for some and it's confusing, but we're gonna go over it. The consistency rule is this: 1 day profit cannot be more than the total gain profit. So if 1 day you have a $700 win and your total amount you win overall was $1,000, and if it's less than, if you do 50% of the total amount, which is 500, and on this certain day you won 700, you're winning above the consistency rule. It has to be below 50%. So you already broke the rule, and if so you have to trade another day to bring your total gain up. So if 1 day you win 700 and your total was 1500, then and 50 half of 50% of 1500 is 750, and on that day you won $700, which is less than 750, then you pass the consistency rule. So we actually have to get a profit target of 3,000. So the max loss and the max gain, all right, gain right here is $3,000. So for the test, we have to be in order. We have to actually be able to get $3,000 within that test, within that paper account. And so if we had $3,000 in that account, but in that 1 day we won 1,700, and 50% of 3,000 is 1,500, but on that day we won 1,700, then we do not pass the account. We have to keep growing it more, or we actually, I don't know what happens. You either get rejected or they let you keep trading to gain the profit. All right, so I actually never experienced that, but try to keep it below. So if the profit target is 30,000, try to keep it below 1 day profit of 1,500, because if you do, you don't pass the consistency rule. So you can have this day where you have a profit of 1,400 because it's less than 50% of 3,000. All right, it may sound confusing, but the more research you get into it, the more easier it is. So you just take your 1 day profit and see if it's more than 50% of your total gain profit. All right, the total amount you gained overall. So, and if it is more than 50% from that 1 day, then you need to grow the amount of your total gain profit and trade another day. And if it's like that for $3,000, then you either get denied of the test or you keep trading. I actually don't know what happens there because I never experienced it, and I haven't researched it at all. That just came up recently, right now, actually. So that's actually surprising. Jeez, 8 minutes. So yeah, this is a long video, so let's go into it. Then we have max positions. We cannot trade with the whole $50,000. We cannot trade with it. We can only trade with a certain amount. With this, I'm pretty sure you can only trade with within 3 minis. So you can search up minis and micros. They're different. They're very simple. Minis, I'm pretty sure they're worth $20. No, yeah, $20 a point. $20 a point. So if the price goes up to increased by $1, that's $20 right there. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%. I'm pretty sure though. But yeah, there's a certain amount, like 3 contracts actually. 3 contracts. There we go. Contract. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Within 3 contracts, so we can't trade with the whole $50,000. If we do, we can gain a large amount, but that's too risky because we can also lose a large amount. And the last one, we have to, and once we actually pass the test, we reach 3,000 in the fake one. We start from 50,000 again, from zero, not zero, but 50,000, and we have to reach an amount to actually in order to get paid. So the minimum amount, I'm pretty sure, is $100. So we have to reach $100 to get paid, and and there is actually a max amount. You can only reach a max of $1,000. As of now, it's $6,000, but in the future it might change. But before, um, it was $1,000. You can only get paid $1,000 on this 50K account, which is still good because if you get paid $1,000, you can buy multiple accounts. You can have 50 times 5, and that's you can be trading with $500,000. All right, and you'll be getting paid $5,000 a week, which is better than before. Honestly, you paid 100 for just one, and you paid 500, which is half of 100, but you'll get a $500,000 account. So with funded is really good because you'll be giving a large amount. So people who don't have a large amount or who aren't already rich, which a lot of us aren't, this is a good way to start. Funded accounts are a good way to start. Now let's go over personal accounts. Personal accounts are very simple, very easy. You may not start with a large amount. All right. So with your own account, you may start with only $1,000, maybe even less, somewhere around there. Yeah, you don't really start with a large amount of money. But here's the thing: with funded accounts, it is way more freeing. All right, way more freeing. There's no test needed. You trade with your own money on the go. Trade with your own money. So if you make a profit on that $1,000, just say $1,000 on a 5% gain, that's 50%. $50. I mean, sorry, $50 right there. And unlike the funded, where you have to reach an amount, you paid it. You get to pay yourself any amount at any time. All right. So it's overall. Well, let's not go overall, but it's just better. All right, because if I want $50 as of right now, I can just get it out because I won it in the trade. All right. So you don't have to wait for anything, and there is no rules. All right. You set your own rules. So if you want to trade continuously throughout the day, which I don't recommend, then you can trade without the day with no rules. No one telling you, hey, stop it, you're doing too much, or stop it, we're taking the money back. It's your money. You get to do whatever you want with this. If you want to blow all that money away, then sure, I guess. But I really would recommend it. But since there's no rules and you set your own rules, and if you can follow your own rules, you will overall have less stress on your hands. Less stress because it's overall more freeing, more better. You're not set by these chains and rules on the trade. You're free, and you can just trade any amount, anytime, whenever you want, if you're following your rules and being smart. So, yeah, that's with a personal. So it's with personal. You may not be able to start with a lot of money, but you overall more freeing, less stressful. And stress is very important thing, very thing you have to get rid of with trading. But with funded, you may have stress, but you're able to start with a large amount. But you have to go through this test. There's a lot of rules in this test, and once you get funded, there are rules in that funded too. With my funded futures, once you get paid, the consistency rule is gone. So that's one big thing that's like a bonus right there. With my funded futures, the consistency rule is just gone. So that's kind of cool actually. That's kind of, yeah. But everything else, not really. There's a max loss of 2,000. So if you lose 2,000, it's clips. You lose that account. You got to reach an amount. You got max positions that you can't trade with the whole 50. But I really wouldn't recommend. Even if you have 50K in your personal account, I really wouldn't recommend trading with the whole 50 anyway. So that's kind of a whatever rule. But you can research on your own for other prop firms. There's My Alpha Futures. There is Top Step. There's Take Profit. Many others like that with many other rules. Some have the same rules. Some have different rules. With my funded futures, some have the consistency rule, while some others. So yeah. But that's it for today's video, guys. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.